Okay, go ahead.
This is our system, so that everything, pretty much everything, gets its energy from this LP cylinder. Like I showed you the pump over and so forth, also the lights, the mix ice cubes, does everything for you. Well anyway, these will last, well depending, now with all these people in camp we went through quite a little gas this time, but normally when my wife and I are here alone, we go to bed early and never turn the gas light on, and we can go quite a little while before I change the tank. But since we've been here, we've only changed two now, since those empty ones on her. Now we've got two systems here. We've got two systems, each with two tanks. These two tanks over here supply the gas for the hot water heater, it's inside this cabinet, and also gas for that refrigerator here in the back porch. Everything else in the building, it comes off these two. This is the primary source. Okay, now what we're doing here, so that when a cylinder goes dry, so we won't have to go around and relight all these pilot lights and all that kind of stuff, we have an automatic system here where I can now, you see that thing right there, the arrow points this way. That means we're drawing from this tank here right now. So when that tank goes empty, then that thing will change from green to red. And then when you see red there, you know you're getting gas from the opposite side. From here instead. This is not the primary source. This was the primary source. Now when you move it, all right, now let's say we're going to move to this tank. When we move it, we'll turn this thing over, and as soon as we turn it over, that'll change from red to green, and that'll show it's coming from where the arrow points, from his tank. See? Then as soon as we do that, we close this cylinder down and take it off and put another one on. Now when we put the other one on, we want to be careful that the valve on top, after it's hooked up, is open, because now you lost the whole principle if you can't get gas out when it's needed. See what I mean? So be sure that, sometimes they forget that, and they're around lighting these pilot lights again. All right, now another thing about gas, of course you're aware of that with your home broilers and stuff like that, but with LP gas, everything that comes through LP gas, it's a reverse thread. So that when you want to, instead of tightening down clockwise, you just do the reverse. And if you don't know that, you may just put a lot of stress on the wrench and so forth and break something doing it the wrong way. See what I mean? Probably won't.
Instead of righty-tighty, it's righty-loosey.
Yeah,
it's opposite.
Now we got this thing here, so that they've changed, and now let's see. All right, now I want to change the tank. There's a wrench up there that fits all these, every one of these, and so the first thing I do there is to close that one down, take it off and put it on and open it up, and then that's all there is to it, I guess. Okay, now this one over here is the same thing, except you'll see there's a little arrow, so it's kind of a different thing. There's an arrow, but it's pointing that way. There's nothing here in here. You don't see any red in there. That means it's drawing gas from the arrow, from here. This is the backup, not doing anything but just sitting there waiting to be needed. This is what's coming off here right now. Now you walk by here one day and you see, oh, lo and behold, that's a red deal in there. That means we got to change tanks. So what you do, you go through the same process as that, except a little different controls. First thing you do is move the arrow clockwise until it points this way. It kind of snaps over in place. When it does, you'll see that the red disappears. Then that indicates that when there's no red in there, it's drawing from the source that the arrow points, which here is now, since you just done that. Now as soon as you do that, same thing, go over there, close the valve like you did before, take it off, change it. Be sure to open the next one, the pressure compartment. That's all there is to it.
Cool. Lime every time in the
questions?
outhouse. What else do we need to know? We have seconds left.
Well,
Lime in the